Well, we're doing Unit 7D, and this has to do with probabilities and rates, death rates, birth rates, and so on, accident rates. So let's do problem 1. What we're going to do, we're going to consistently find a quotient and then move the decimal according to the number of zeros we need in the denominator. So at an intersection in Normal, Illinois, there are 82 vehicle accidents with 168,251 vehicles passing through the intersection. We have to determine the rate per 1,000 vehicles. So when we carry out this quotient of 82 over 168,251, we get the decimal 0.00049. We need the accidents per 1,000 vehicles, so I can move this decimal over 3 places as long as we move this decimal here over 3 places. Moving that over 3 places, we get 1,000 in the denominator. Moving this over 3 places, we get 0.49 in the numerator. In other words, there's 0.49 accidents per vehicle. 1,000 vehicles, excuse me, and B's our selection. Now for number 2, the table shows the leading causes of death for one country in a single year. Assume a population of 60.5 million. What is the empirical probability of death by accident during a single year? And accidents account for 24,805 deaths. So we have 24,805 over 60,500,000 people, and that gives us a death rate of 0.00041, and that's selection D. Now for 3, it says, in the year 2000, a U.S. city with a population of 2.2 million reported 39,840 births. What was the birth rate in births per 1,000 people? So our quotient is 39,840 divided by 2,200,000. When we carry out that division, we get a rate of 0.01811, and that's all over 1. The 1's understood. You don't have to write it, but I do that to illustrate the point. We need a rate of births per 1,000 people. So if I move this decimal over 1, 2, 3, then I have to move this decimal over 1, 2, 3 places, giving us 1,000 in the denominator and 18.11 in the numerator. So we've got 18.11 births per 1,000 people, and that's B. Now for 4, we are told, for 4, in the year 2000, a U.S. city with a population of 2.5 million reported 15,303 deaths. What was the death rate per 1,000 people? So we have a 15,303 in the numerator and 2,500,000 in the denominator. That quotient is 0.00612 and divided by 1. Now if we want a 1,000 in the denominator, so I'll move this decimal right here over 3 places, have to add 3 zeros. So then I have to move this decimal over 3 places, and we get 6.12 deaths per 1,000 people, and the choice is C. Now for 5, in a population of 73.5 million, what is the empirical probability of death by AIDS during a single year? And the death by AIDS is 72,030. So our quotient is 72,030 divided by 73,500,000, and that quotient is 0.00098, and our selection is B. Finally, for 6, we have at an intersection in Normal, Illinois, there were 157 vehicle accidents with 255,181 vehicles passing through the intersection. Determine the accident rate per 10,000 vehicles. And when we carry out that quotient of 157 divided by 255,181, we get a decimal of 0.000615. And I've put it over 1 because we have to move this decimal over in order to get 10,000, denominator at 10,000. So if I move this decimal over 4 places, add 4 zeros, then I have to move this decimal over 4 places, and we'll get 6.15 accidents per 10,000 vehicles, and that's selection A, and we're done.